Between Birkin bags and voting ballots, it seems that black men just can't catch a break. I mean, it seems that way, especially with how many Democrats and left-leaning public figures speak on black men. Writer Jamel Hill said this: "I've increasingly found that many black men just want better access to the patriarchy. They don't actually want it dismantled. From what I understand, a lot of women are attracted to men that provide." Then you have politician Pam Keith say, 91% of black women voted for Biden because we love everyone. 20% of black men voted for Trump because they hate black women. What? Thank you to the 80% of brothers who stand with and for us. The black male demographic is one of the smallest numbers to vote for Trump. She doesn't even mention the black female voters who voted for Trump. It's like she went out her way to talk negatively about black men. Then you had Kamala Harris say, "I want to speak directly to the black women in our country. Thank you. You are too often overlooked and yet are asked time and again to step up and be the backbone of our democracy. We could not have done this without you." You know, I would understand the emphasis on black men not showing up for the Democratic Party if, let's say, the percentage was less than half. But we're talking about over 80% voting for Joe Biden. With the exception of black female voters, that's higher than any other group. Activist Tamika Mallory recently said that black women were the backbone of the Democratic Party. And sure, black women had a high percentage of voting for Biden, but imagine if black men didn't vote for Democrats at all. How far would the black vote go without the participation of black men? On top of that, maybe there's a reason that black men didn't want to vote for Biden. Whether it was welcomed by the Congressional Black Caucus or not, the crime bill which Joe Biden played a major role in affected black men in a negative way more than any other group. And even still, black men showed up for Biden. They showed up for Obama back in 2008 when Biden was his running mate, as well as this recent election. And while we're on the topic, black men even showed up for Hillary Clinton, the same woman who said this:
"Super predators, no conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel."
Which sounds a lot like when Joe Biden said this:
"And Madam President, we have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them."
So why is there such an attempt to diminish the role of black men's support for the Democratic Party? I haven't seen any other group get accused of hating black women for voting for Trump. Maxine Waters went as far as to even say that she would never forgive black men who voted for Trump. Maybe she was exaggerating, but she didn't even say never. She was like never ever. And it's kind of odd that black men are expected to forgive Biden, yet she wouldn't do the same if these men voted for Trump. Both Bill and Hillary Clinton have apologized for the crime bill, yet Joe Biden continues to downplay its negative impacts. And I'm not saying Trump will be any better, but even with Democrats in office, the racial wealth gap has gone up, there's still issues with the police, and marriage rates in the black community is low. So I think given the persistent issues that seem to affect the black community, it's understandable why some black voters are choosing to look outside of the Democratic Party.